Hello friends, today we discuss about how to solve numerical related to coplanar concurrent forces. In our question, data is given a system of four forces shown in figure has resultant 50 Newton along positive x-axis. Determine magnitude and inclination of unknown force P. So here in our question, four forces is given. First one is P Newton acting at theta angle. Second one is 100 Newton. Third one is 150 Newton. And fourth force that is given 200 Newton. So here in our system, there are total four forces. And in our question, data is given resultant 50 Newton along x-axis. That means value of resultant that is given 50 Newton. And that x along x-axis, so Rx that is given 50 Newton. Resultant force is a combination of Rx and Ry. So here resultant force acting along x-axis. So resultant force along y-axis that is 0. So in our question, we have to determine magnitude and inclination of unknown force P. Here we have to find unknown force P and angle theta. So whenever there is a coplanar concurrent force numerical, first you see that all the forces direction that is outward direction. So here P Newton force that acting outward direction means tensile force. Second one is 100 Newton that also acts outward direction. 150 Newton that acts inward direction, or you can say that compressive force. So if there is a inward direction or compressive force, then you extend this force and convert this force into tensile direction. So 150 Newton force extend along the same angle. So here 150 Newton force. So we extend this force like this. So here 150 Newton is also x outward direction. So here in our free body diagram, 150 Newton force that acts along positive x-axis. So whenever there is a inward direction, first convert into outward direction, you can say that tensile force. Last force that is 200 Newton force acts along 60-degree angle. So whenever there is a compressive or inward direction force, then extend this force along the same angle and convert this force into tensile force, or you can say that in outward direction. In second step, whenever there is a inclined force, we divide this force into two components, horizontal component and vertical component. How to divide inclined force into components? This is a very easy method. If P Newton force acts an angle theta, for example, from this point P Newton force is acting. So we draw one point and draw P Newton force, and this angle is theta. So first divide this point into four quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So here P Newton force acting in first quadrant. So whenever we draw graph, this is the positive x-axis and this is negative x-axis. Similarly, this is positive y-axis and this is negative y-axis. So here component of this P Newton force, that is horizontal component along positive x-axis and vertical component along positive y-axis. So first horizontal component, this is angle adjacent side. This is angle adjacent side. So adjacent side always cos. So P cos theta. This is angle opposite side. So this component is P sin theta. So component of this inclined force P, that is P cos theta, that acting along positive x-axis, and P sin theta that acting along positive y-axis. Very easy method. Similarly, 100 Newton force at this point. So first we draw point and force that is 100 Newton. Divide this point into four quadrants. This angle is 30 degree. So here force acting in second quadrant. So one component is in negative x-axis and one component along positive y-axis. So angle adjacent side, that is here angle adjacent side, so 100 cos 30, and this is angle opposite side, so 100 sin 30. So when there is a horizontal force or vertical force need not be converted into components, because this is a horizontal component only, there is no vertical component. Similarly, 200 Newton force acting along this direction from this point. So divide this point into 4 quadrants. This angle is 60 degree and force is 200 Newton. So we get one component along negative x-axis and one component along negative y-axis. So here that is angle adjacent side. So cos, so 200 cos 60. Similarly here 200 sin 60. So in this way, first we divide inclined force into components. And here 150 Newton force acting along inward direction. So first convert into outward direction. So now our new direction, that is 150 Newton along positive x-axis. In our question, data is given resultant 50 Newton along positive x-axis. So Rx is equal to 50 Newton and Ry is equal to 0. So first we write Rx is equal to 50 Newton and Ry, that is 0. What is the meaning of resultant along x-axis? For example, there are two forces. One force, that is 50 Newton acting along this direction. Another one, for example, 20 Newton. So here there is a one force, for example, that is 30 Newton. So how we find resultant along x-axis? That is plus 50 plus 20 and 30 Newton acting along negative x-axis, so minus 30. So resultant is 50 plus 20, that is 70, minus 30, so 40 Newton. So how we get resultant? Resultant along x-axis, that is the algebraic summation of horizontal components. So here Rx is equal to summation of horizontal components. So Rx is equal to sigma Fx. Here we take sign convention. Sign convention is very easy. Whenever we draw graph, this is positive x-axis and this is negative. So whenever we solve horizontal components, then if force acting along positive x-axis, then plus. If force acting along negative x-axis, then minus. So here sigma fx, that we can write p cos theta, that is acting along positive x-axis, so plus. Then 100 sin 30, that is acting along negative x-axis, so minus. Then 200 cos 60 acting along negative x-axis, so minus. And 150 Newton acting along positive x-axis, so plus. So Rx, that is given 50 Newton. Sigma Fx, we can write p cos theta minus 100 sin 30 plus 150 minus 200 cos 60. Your sin 30, that is 1 by 2, so minus 50. Cos 60, that is 1 by 2, so minus 100. Minus 50 minus 100, that is minus 150 plus 150, so 0. So we get P cos theta is equal to 50 Newton. That is equation number 1. Similarly, we can find Ry. So Ry, that is the similarly summation of vertical components. So algebraic summation of vertical components. So vertical components, that is p sine theta acting upward, so positive y-axis. So we can consider plus p sine theta. Similarly, plus 100 cos 30 and minus 200 sin 60, because this force acting along negative y-axis. So simply for sign convention, you remember graph sign. Here that is positive, upward forces, that is positive, and downward forces, that is negative. So resultant along y-axis, that is 0. Sigma fy, we can write p sine theta plus 100 cos 30 minus 200 sin 60. So solve this equation, we get value p sine theta is equal to 86.6. That is equation number 2. Here we have to find the force P and angle theta. So we divide equation number 2 by 1. So we get P sine theta by P cos theta is equal to 86.6 divided by 50. So here PP cancel out, sine theta divided by cos theta, that is tan theta is equal to 86.6 divided by 50. So theta is equal to tan inverse 86.6 divided by 50. So theta we can get, that is 60 degree, and put this value theta in equation number 1. So P cos 60 is equal to 50 Newton. So here put this value theta in equation number 1. So equation number 1, that is P cos theta. So here we can write P cos 60 is equal to 50 Newton. So cos 60, that is again 1 by 2. So 50. So P is equal to, we get 50 into 2, that is 100 Newton. So in this way, we easily solve this numerical related to coplanar concurrent forces. And what is the method of resolution and how we find resultant force and its angles? We already discussed this in our previous video. So please see that video for how to find resultant force and its direction. You easily get idea how to solve numericals related to coplanar concurrent forces. Thank you.